Hi guys, back again. So yeah, this car is going to go out for a drive now. I got the tune roughly sorted around the cruise areas. What I'm aiming to do is get it within sort of 5% or so, maybe a bit closer, and then when I set up the wideband control, it's going to have closed loop control, and that's the idea. Then it will just iron out all of those little niggles. So yeah, I'm pretty close with all of that. Happy with that. I haven't at all touched the ignition timing at the moment. I've just got a rough map set in there. I think it's safe. It's not gone wrong yet, so we'll find out. So yeah, this one I'm going to be taking it out. I'm going to increase the RPM, and then see where we go. See how the boost is. See where the fuel ratio is. Obviously keeping it rich, or as rich as possible before it starts causing problems, basically. And just seeing how it goes. So yeah, I'm going to take it out for another drive and increase a few more revs. So this one might be a bit more exciting. Now, obviously, I had a few issues with the RPM signal. Obviously, I'm going to check that as well. I've not had it fault at all while doing the cruising, so I think the problem's solved. But this will be the tell now when I get it up and running, up and tuning. Right, so yeah, let's get in this one, take it out for a spin, and get some boost. I'm just going to give it a bit of a third gear pull and see what it does. Starting to get a little bit rich, so I'll have to take some out there, but it'll be a fun start. Try and forth to try and get the load up, get more data. Very high on that one though. Do another third gear. So it's from about 2,500, 600. Fires, nothing exploded. here we are back in the garage. So as you saw, I was out hitting boost, loving it. It's a small amount of boost. I'll show you the curves when I get on the laptop. But yeah, it would boost up to about 10 psi as like a spike, and then flatline at around 6 psi. Up until about 6,500 RPMs where I got to. It's just obviously just dial in the fuel in, getting that all sorted out. It's getting very close now. So yeah, once the fuel in's all sorted, I'll up the boost a little bit. But the problem is, what I had is for about first hour 45 minutes or so, driving absolutely lovely. But then what I started to get occasionally, as soon as I was hitting boost, I started to get a bit of a misfire, or I think was a misfire. But at that point in time, I stopped logging and filming typically, so I don't really have any data to go on. What I'm going to do first is just whip the spark plugs out and have a little look and see what condition they're in. See if it gives me any telltale signs of what the problem might be. Right, so hopefully this is picking it up well enough. Just looking at the spark plug tips there. No, I can't see any obvious reasons or worries for concern. They all seem to be a decent colour and condition. So yeah, it's probably not a spark plug thing, it's probably a map thing, I'm assuming. I'll have to double check that it was actually a misfire and not actually cutting. Like going through any kind of ignition cut or anything like that. I'll have to take it out again and obviously get it to happen again. But no, they all seem okay. I will just have a look down in the bores and see if I can see anything obvious through the holes. But yeah, happy with that, so they can go back in. Right, so yeah, with the plugs looking fine, I got a little camera on there, just was looking down inside the bores, looking at the pistons. They all look okay, they all look fine. So yeah, I think it is just literally the tune that needs sorting out. Or it could obviously be a coil pack maybe breaking down with the temperatures. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens next time. I do some logging as well, because like I say, it might have been like a limit or a cut, or seeing something I didn't know about. So yeah, I'll get it back together and I'll do a bit more driving. Okay, so taking out for a drive, I've discovered what the misfire was. It was basically hitting the map limit. You can see here it's being engaged. I'll see if I can get a screenshot and just put it in the screen. I'll put it in now if you want to have a little look. So yeah, it's yeah. So the map limit's been hit. So I upped the map limit. And it would, that seemed to solve it. But what I was getting when I initially started driving the car and hitting boost, I'll see if I can get a screenshot now of what the boost limit was before. And then basically what I'm hitting now. So yeah, so before I was spiking to about 10 psi, it was dropping back to about 6 at the red line, and like a spike, which I was happy with. I was thinking that's good, wastegate pressure. But now we're hitting things like a 17 psi on the spike, and then it's holding about 10. So I don't know what's changed. I'm guessing there might be a vacuum pipe loose under the bonnet. In there somewhere, right at the back. I'm hoping what's happened is while it was working for an hour or so, first hand, or hour and a half, is because the pipe wasn't melted. And I'm hoping now the pipe is melted, causing the issues. So yeah, I'm going to look at that. I'm not going to do that now because it's red hot. I've just come back. It's back in the garage. I'm going to put it away. I'll look into that another day. Really, but that's what it is. So it's not like, so it is a map problem, but it's the map limit that was causing it, and now I have to find out why it's boosting so high. So yeah, that's the next stage. Right, so as it stands, I'm going to leave the boost problem for a little bit. I am going to count the little wins. So they would be like, if you have a look at the screenshots, you'll see that my fuel ratio is tracking exactly where I want it to be. So that's good. The car was able to take 17 PSI and didn't blow the bottom end out, which is good. Although it ran it before, so I wasn't expecting that to be a problem. But yeah, so that's good. But even the tune at those rev ranges at my guesstimate are pretty much spot on. So yeah, I'm really happy with all those side of it. I've had no problems with leaks. That's all together, it's all sorted. But yeah, I'm going to leave it another time to do the wastegate. Because as I'm sure you may have seen in older videos, it's absolute nightmare to get to. Right down the back there. If you haven't seen it before, then yeah, just trust me. It's a nightmare to get to the wastegate. Right down the back there. You might be able to see the pipes going to it. So yeah, I'll sort that out on the weekend. But for now, I'm going to leave the video, or try to finish the video. I want to win. What I'm going to do is just push it out, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Right, I'm going to tidy this up a bit now. So this front grille, as you see, is a gaping great big hole, been cut out. So yeah, what I've done is I've got a new one of these. Just managed to find a like patent part unit. It's there, and then I just put a second-hand like insert grill to go in. It's going to need a little bit of a clean up and touch up, and obviously that one it's going to need a spray to get it all black. So that's what I'm going to do. This grill was more expensive than that to buy it new anyway, so that's why I got a second-hand one of those and a new one of these. So yeah, I'm going to give this a clean up, get it sprayed black, and then get it fitted. Actually, hopefully clean up the front of the car no end. There we have it. Front grille sprayed up, back on the car. Giving it a relatively standard look again. You can just see the intercooler poking through at the right angles, but otherwise just looks like a standard ST. Right, okay, so yeah, obviously got to sort this boost issue out. That'll be for next episode. Like I say, I'm happy with how it handled the boost, even though it was too much. And I'm also happy that, again, if you look at the logs, you can see it's a nice flat line of boost right across the RPM range. So there's no signs of creep or anything like that. So as soon as I get the wastegate issue sorted, it should be sailing from there. But yeah, cheers for watching. You have to let me know what you think. The standard look. But yeah, I'll see you next time.